I've noticed something. Many of us, including myself in the past, are living in a familiar emotional loop. We wake up full of plans, ready to do so many things. But then, just because today I feel low, everything suddenly feels heavy, and we end up doing nothing. Welcome to Heal and Grow Podcast, a space where you can pause for a moment, learn to understand yourself a little better, and find a gentler way to live, one day at a time. Today, I want to talk about how our emotions can steer our moods, and sometimes, even our entire lives, in ways stronger than logic itself. There are days when you don't even know why you feel off, why you've lost your motivation, why everything just feels stuck. The reason is simple. You've started your day with low emotional energy, what we often call a bad mood. What happens when we let our emotions take full control of our lives? It's like handing over the steering wheel. You no longer decide where you're going. When you're happy, you work passionately, full of life and creativity. But the moment sadness visits, it feels like falling into a deep pit. You lose your spark, your drive, and sometimes even your belief in yourself. That's when we start blaming our moods. I'm just stressed. I don't have the energy. It sounds reasonable, but the truth is, we've surrendered to our emotions without realizing it. When emotions take the lead, we become like a puppet pulled by invisible strings. When joy pulls the string, we dance. When sadness loosens it, we collapse. Every action, every reaction, is controlled by that unseen hand called emotion. It may look like a normal life, but it's actually a dangerous one, because you're no longer the one in charge of your own state of mind. One sad day can make you miss an opportunity. One burst of anger can hurt someone you care about, and slowly, piece by piece, you lose your composure, and you lose yourself. Emotions are a powerful force. They can lift us incredibly high, but they can also pull us painfully low. When we're happy, we become kinder, more patient, more forgiving. But when we're sad or angry, even a few careless words can hurt someone deeply, even if we don't mean to. Have you noticed this? It only takes one person in a bad mood to make a whole room feel heavy. Just one person's irritation, a few short, cold replies, can lower everyone's energy. Psychologists call this emotional contagion, the way emotions spread from one person to another. Daniel Goleman once said, "Emotions are energy, and that energy is constantly exchanged between people." In other words, emotions are a form of energy that travels, and if we don't learn to manage our own, we'll unknowingly pass our negative energy on to others. But here's the beauty. It works the other way too. When even one person stays calm and centered, their peace can soften an entire space. So managing your emotions isn't just for your own sake. It's an act of kindness toward everyone around you. I used to be like that. There were days when I worked with so much passion and energy. It felt like I could do anything. But just a few days later, everything would fade. My mood dropped and I didn't want to do a single thing. That's when I realized I was living completely by my emotions, working by mood, living by mood, and even feeling disappointed by mood. When I was happy, I could handle everything. When I was sad, everything fell apart. At some point, I had to ask myself, am I going to stay a victim of my emotions forever? Do I really have to wake up every morning hoping my mood will be kind enough to let me live my day? And as I started observing others, I noticed I wasn't alone. So many people live the same way. Some say, I just don't have motivation. Others say, I'm too stressed to start right now. It sounds reasonable, but in truth, that's how we let our emotions control us without even realizing it. Psychologists call this emotional dependency. When our emotions decide our actions, instead of our values, logic, or purpose guiding the way, the problem is, emotions always change. Happy today, sad tomorrow. If we keep living that way, life becomes an emotional roller coaster. Up and down, again and again, with no real direction. But emotions themselves aren't the enemy. They only become dangerous when we hand them the power to steer our lives. It's like fire. When we know how to use it, it warms us. But if we let it burn unchecked, it can destroy everything. I've realized something. To keep your emotions steady, you don't need complicated methods or big breakthroughs, just 2 small habits. And if you practice them regularly, they can quietly transform the way you live each day. The first habit is simple. Allow yourself to rest. Truly rest. Not the kind of rest where you lie down but still scroll through your phone, but the kind where you completely let go. Your body softens, your mind slows, and you give yourself permission to stop. Because when we're exhausted and haven't rested properly, we're far more likely to be swept away by our emotions. When your body is tired or sleep deprived, your brain switches into survival mode. It prioritizes emotional reactions over logical thinking, and the result? Even small things, a text message, a tone of voice, a simple look can trigger irritation, anxiety, or sadness that feels out of proportion. When you're tired, you don't have enough mental energy to choose your response, and that's when emotions begin to drive you instead of the other way around. That's why, when we lack sleep, we get irritable. When we overwork, we become pessimistic. When our minds are overloaded, we can't see the good, even when it's right there. So when you're tired, let your mind rest too. Real rest means stopping completely. Put your phone down. Sit quietly for a few minutes. Take a deep breath. Look at the sky. Let your mind breathe. Because only when you pause long enough, your brain can reset, and your emotions finally have space to settle. Our body and mind already know how to heal themselves. We just rarely give them the time to do it. When you rest deeply, your emotions rest too. They stop running wildly between the past and the future. They return to the present, where there's not much to fear, only stillness, breath, and a calmer version of you. And the second habit, move your body and sweat whenever your mood goes down. It might sound strange, right? But the truth is, when your emotions are at their lowest, that's exactly when you need to move. If you've tried to rest and still feel heavy inside, still feel stuck and restless, then don't stay still any longer. Stand up, step outside. Take a walk, stretch a little, water your plants, clean your room. Do anything that makes you break a little sweat. Because every time you sweat, it's like your inner energy is being recharged. Think about it. Have you ever gone for a walk in the park and suddenly felt lighter, calmer, without even knowing why? That's your body healing you. We often think emotions live in the mind, but in truth, they begin in the body. When you're sad, your heartbeat slows and your shoulders drop. When you're anxious, your breath becomes short and shallow. When you're angry, your body tightens like a string pulled too hard. The body is the language of emotion. And the moment you change the state of your body, you also change the state of your mind. That's why movement can break the loop of negative thoughts. Emotions like sadness, anger, or fear aren't just ideas. They're energy stored inside you. If you don't release that energy, it stays trapped, making your body feel heavy and your spirit tired. But when you move, when you walk, run, stretch, or breathe deeply, that energy starts to flow again. It's like opening a valve to release the pressure inside your heart. That's why after moving your body, you don't just feel stronger. You feel lighter. Scientists have found that even 20 to 30 minutes of moderate exercise can trigger the release of endorphins and serotonin, the brain's happiness hormones. They help you feel calm, clear, and joyful again. You don't have to force yourself to be positive. Just move, and your body will do the healing for you. These two habits may sound simple, but they hold incredible power. Because our emotions don't change through big, dramatic moments. They change through the small rhythms we repeat every single day. Rest deeply to calm your mind. Move intentionally to awaken your positive energy. When you practice them consistently, you'll notice your emotions no longer swing wildly up and down. Instead, you'll begin to find your own rhythm inside. And one day, you'll realize, emotions are no longer in control. I am the one truly in charge of how I feel. So take these simple ideas and bring them into your everyday life. Let them become your quiet anchors in the middle of busy days. I'm Wendy, and this is Heal and Grow Podcast, your warm little corner to return to at the end of the day, to find calm, clarity, and a bit of peace for your soul after a long day. Have a restful night, and I'll see you again tomorrow.